When Mexico sends its people, they're not sending their best. They're not sending you. They're not sending you. They're sending people that have lots of problems, and they're bringing those problems with us. They're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists, and some, I assume, are good people.
In case you believe this statement was racist on part of Donald Trump, let's look at the facts. According to the FBI, criminal gangs in some regions comprised significantly of illegal aliens are wreaking havoc in the U.S., with 65 jurisdictions nationwide reporting gang-related offenses committed with firearms account for at least 95% of crime in those areas. The FBI further documented gangs in southwestern border regions consisting of up to 80% illegal aliens were committing a multitude of crimes in America, including drug-related crimes, weapons trafficking, alien smuggling, human trafficking, prostitution, extortion, robbery, auto theft, assault, homicide, racketeering, and money laundering. Of these offenses, drug-related crimes such as production, smuggling, trafficking, and distribution are the most widely reported criminal acts committed by gangs of all types. The report also reveals that in many cases, gang members who commit criminal activity in the region are not U.S. citizens, nor lawful permanent residents, and gang members have been documented as repeatedly attempting to re-enter U.S. illegally in order to rejoin the gang and engage in criminal activity. The massive proliferation of firearms among illegal gangs reveals that gangs are in possession of vast quantities of handguns, rifles, both semi- and fully automatic, shotguns, and in some instances, machine guns. Gang members use these weapons in violent encounters with rival gang members, law enforcement officers, and innocent victims. The report relates, law enforcement officials in multiple U.S. jurisdictions reported gang members in their regions also have been caught in possession of law enforcement only in military weaponry such as assault rifle, grenades, and body armor. Now you can see why Trump stated that about illegal immigrants crossing the border, and we can put to rest that he is a so-called racist.
This is what a typical closed-minded racist would say about illegal immigrants.
Top Keck, it's a so rose-funded cuck. Carl the Cuck, what do you want aside from these tasty facts I just gave you?
These poor immigrants are good people who contribute positively to the nation. And I bet a racist like you can't accept the fact that America was built on immigration, and we're all one race.
Oh really? Let me give you a teaching of the facts. In 2010, the average unlawful immigrant household received around $24,721 in government benefits and services, while paying some $10,334 in taxes. This generated an average annual fiscal deficit, benefits received minus taxes paid, of around $14,387 per household. This cost had to be borne by U.S. taxpayers. Under current law, all unlawful immigrant households together have an aggregate annual deficit of around $54.5 billion. And yes, America was built on legal migration, not illegal. This up until 1965, the average legal immigration into this country was about 180,000 individuals per year. They assimilated easily, but then in 1965, Ted Kennedy and President Johnson changed the immigration laws. From 1965 to 1990, the annual number of immigrants averaged over 600,000 arrivals per year. Then in the 90s it rapidly expanded to over 1 million new legal immigrants per year. During that same period, the number of illegal immigrants also exploded upward. The effects of this drastic increase in immigration cannot be overemphasized. The net growth in our population, starting number plus births and new arrivals minus deaths, and those who left, was rapidly slowing down in 1970. Based solely on the population growth attributable to those here in 1970, the U.S. Immigration and Naturalization Service USINS projects that in 1980 our population would have been 218 million, in 1990, about 232 million, in 2000, about 243 million, and by 2010 it would have risen to 250 million. However, the USINS indicates that because of the new influx of immigrants those figures drastically changed. As follows: 1980 218 million went to 227 million, 1990 232 million went to 249 million, 2000 243 million went to 275 million, and it is projected that the 2010 numbers will change from 250 million to over 300 million. And these increases are based solely on legal immigrants. The increases will be much greater, of course, when illegal immigrants are factored in. The figures, according to the USINS, after 2010 are almost beyond comprehension. The UN's had estimated that by 2020 our population's net growth, based on those who were here in 1970, would have peaked in 2020 at a maximum population of about 255 million, and then would have started to decline slowly. Again, based solely on increases from legal immigration, their estimated figures look like this: 2010 250 million going to 300 million, 2020 255 million jumping to 325 million, 2030 253 million increased to 351 million, 2040 245 million rising to 377 million, and by 2050 236 million exploding upward to 404 million. And illegal immigration is good for corporatists who want to keep the minimum wage down, and that illegal immigration stops unionization and better working conditions. And the statement "we are all one race, the human race." If race doesn't exist, I guess there's no more racists, and we no longer need diversity quotas.
But what about my current year? And a wall will not stop them, so why try?
The wall worked well for Israel. Why not let us try it? And your current year? Be gone from here, you foul creature. Learn the truth and do some research.